Ayoo, primates! Links to the video we react to today are in the description below. Also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell to be notified whenever we go live or put out new content. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show! Okay, the Dan Schneider one, we'll save it for potentially for Friday, or we might be able to check it out tomorrow. It all depends. Let's check this one out real quick. This one's like an active situation I kind of want to know about. And then I do got to go, my dudes. But let's like, subscribe to Diverse Mentality. Always, as always, I'm going to be dropping the link in the Discord so you guys can go drop him some love, give him a like, give him a subscribe, give him drop a comment so that the algorithm knows that, you know, there's somebody interested in it. Freaking updates. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, Discord, hurry up! There we go. It's in the Bannana Cantina, serving up videos to you guys. Let's go.
Guys, your boy Quake, and it seems like there's been
so people are saying that potentially the Weeknd was the one involved with Drake's house in Toronto being blasted, bro.
Everybody in the music industry.
I've said this before, bro. My house has been like, I've had 2 drive-bys on my house because they thought that somebody else lived in my house was the first time, and the second time is because we pissed them off.
So there's something that's popped off, and it's
I'm joking. Actually, the truth is the first one was because they it was like a gang initiation type of deal, so they just had to hit a random house. They caught that dude. The second one was we're like 90% sure who it was. And it was they really thought that we were housing another gang member that we did not house. So it was a weird situation. It's the reason I got out of Compton, dude.
The timing of
nobody that's from Compton wants to live in Compton. Let's just say that, bro.
Relating to all these Drake battles and disses that he's got going on. And the reason why I say this is because a couple weeks ago, the Weeknd's manager Cash XO's house ended up getting shot at, and the security guard got injured. The same thing has just now recently happened to Drake's Toronto mansion, where the house got shot up and the security guard ended up getting injured. So
what sucks, dude, is that if this is true, in both cases, the only people getting injured are the poor security guards, bro, that are just trying to do their freaking job. That sucks.
Let's go over the Drake thing first, and then I'm gonna talk about the Weeknd.
Like these, if it's true,
I'm gonna talk about
and
how
both of these people hit each other.
The Weeknd and Drake have been taking
y'all just putting innocent people's lives on the line for like no reason, bro.
Dissing Drake quite a few times on the "We Still Don't Trust You" album with Future and Metro Boomin. The more specific diss I'm referring to is the track "All to Myself" off the album "We Still Don't Trust You." The Weeknd said this, and these are shots aimed at Drake. He said, "I promise that I got your back. Oh, now look how we moving, baby. They could never diss my brothers, baby, when they got leaks in they operation. I thank God I never signed my life away, and we never do the big talk." Now, this is where he involved other people in Drake's camp that are actually street people, street guys that, you know, get involved into street stuff. He said this: "They're shooters making TikToks, got us laughing in the Lambo. I promise that I got your back." Who is he referring to when he said
he's just telling them
making TikToks?
He's telling he's telling them that y'all went from gangster to TikTok stars, like
not really official security, but he's the street guy for Drake in Toronto. He helps, you know, kind of maneuver things for Drake when it comes to anything involved in the streets and gets his back. Well, Baka, somebody who's very active on TikTok, and the Weeknd decided to clown him for that, saying like, this guy's supposed to be a street guy, a shooter, but he's out here making these funny looking TikToks. Well, when you diss somebody, you know, that, you know, already the battles, you know, when people diss each other, when main artists diss each other, it's pretty bad. You know, it starts to get really ugly. But when you involve other people that either don't rap or are just street people, then things start to escalate. And this is where I felt like, okay, this is not going to go well. It's not going to end up well. And that's exactly what's happening here. Then Drake, after that track.
There is a very famous saying here in the United States of America. It's called F around and find out. Now see, there is a way to avoid finding out. And what you gotta do is you gotta avoid effing around. And that's how you avoid finding out, typically.
I came out literally about...
You wanna know how I know that? Because I used to F around and I found out a few times. So now I just don't F around for the most part.
On this track, he addresses the Weeknd. And this is what he says. Yeah, I'm the sixth god. I'm the front runner. Y'all guys' manager was Chubb's little blunt runner. Who is he talking about? The Weeknd's manager, Cash XO. He's saying, you know, my guy, Chubb's, my security guy, he's the little guy that just runs around and does stuff for him. He says, claim the six and you boys ain't even come from it. Now he's testing the Weeknd and saying, you know, you're not really from where I'm from. And then he says this, and when you guys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash blowing Abel, which is Weeknd's bread, out here tricking. Things we do for women, he doing for guys. He says, jet whips, chains, wicked, wicked, wicked. Spend it like you trying to F. Boy, you tripping. Boy, you tripping. So it's a little, you know, shots at mainly the Weeknd manager.
So Drake really decided to beef with both Weeknd and Drake. Got it. Okay.
You know, he's saying basically your camp is full of a bunch of clowns because, you know, the Weeknd attacked Drake's camp with Baka. So now it's involving other people's camps. And this is where things can get ugly very quickly. Then after that track came out, literally about a week later, probably 7 to 8 days later, on April 29th, the Weeknd's manager, Cash XO's house in Los Angeles ends up getting shot up. So let's go over the article. On early Monday morning, April 29th, a security guard was shot in Encino, Cali, a home linked to the music executive and the Weeknd's co-manager, Amir Cash Milian. LAPD sent Billboard a...
Like, what are you getting out of this, bro? Like, just you make music and make money like that. What do y'all gotta do all this for?
Statement regarding...
Can't y'all just be happy being rich?
The victim...
I swear, bro, the rich get so freaking famous and rich that they get so bored that they gotta start pretending gangster.
Was inside a guard shack when he heard several gunshots and discovered he had been struck. The suspects, 3 male, fled from the location. LAFD responded and transported the victim to a local hospital in unknown condition. A resident spoke to KTLA and explained that the affluent neighborhood is a quiet and rarely experiences violent incidents like this. I'm sure whatever happened here was captured on security camera, she said. Unfortunately, that can bring danger with it too. Police told KTLA that Ismail...
That is true. One of my neighbors, not related to me, but one of my neighbors was getting pressed for some camera footage where the dude got caught mugging another guy, and they realized too late that they had the camera, so the same dude showed up to their place pressing them for the tapes, and they never turned in the tapes to the police, and nothing happened to him. You feel me?
Alien was inside at the home at the time of the incident, but it's unclear whether the suspects ever entered.
And to be fair, I've also known a person, emphasis on known, that did go to the police and got blasted for it. Like, genuinely.
Entered the residence. A separate report from KTTV.
You know, snitches get stitches and whatnot, is what they say.
The call to police and identify the suspects as 3 men in hoodie.
Like, it can be really, like, genuinely, if you have evidence on them, like, it gives them more reason to harass you, so to speak, for it.
And masks. Though the
or they'll make wild decisions, wild things to, like, make sure you don't go to the police with it.
Sources tell Billboard that this was an attempted home invasion. So when this happened, you know what? People said, hey, and I said this too, hey, it could be just a coincidence, right? In LA, there's a lot of robbery-type incidents and a lot of really rich neighborhoods. That's just, LA's known for that. I mean, there have been so many celebrities that have been, you know, have home invasions happen to their house just because I guess that's just the nature in LA over there. But you know, the timing of it just is very, very weird.
I mean, home invasions are not like yeah, sure, home invasions are pretty common. Unfortunately, I've had specifically my house also broken into a couple times. Back when I lived, you know, in a bad neighborhood. However, like a week into me moving into to that house, I was broken into. And then there was an attempt. They were trying to, like, drill the freaking handles off the doors, which is why you always have 2 doors on either side. Always. Always. We could probably react the next stream, yeah, because I really gotta go. But, no, but to be fair, like, invasions can be common. These are hits, though. These are drive-bys, bro. Like, this is not...
And now we have a Drake incident.
I'm gonna be real with everyone here. An invader, like, there's a big jump between an invasion, like somebody breaking into your house, and somebody blasting you. Like, and criminals are not idiots. Criminals are very intelligent. They know the laws better than the police do. They bring a firearm, they injure someone, they hurt someone, that instantly becomes a way, way huger situation. Way bigger, and no criminal... No thug, no thief, no burglar is gonna risk that happening. You get me? They just don't do that. Like, they're not stupid.
Happened with the same thing with a security guard getting hurt.
No burglar, no freaking thief suddenly accidentally turns the situation into a shooting. That's not how it works. They're not stupid.
And in the second
they're criminals.
verse,
They're not stupid.
This: if Drake's shooters doing TikToks, realest shooter in your gang, that's P's brother, yelling, getting shit shot. Can't listen to stick talk and falsetto. Save it for hip hop. You don't even be at home, dog. You a souvenir out the gift shop. So Drake is responding to the TikTok shooters thing even more directly now and saying, if my shooter's doing TikToks, what are your street guys doing? They're not going to get anything shot, because when he mentioned P's brother, he's talking about Preem. His brother Gilla is close with the Weeknd. So he's saying, listen, they're brothers with each other, the literal brothers. So he's not going to, your hardest guy in your crew isn't going to retaliate at my people because they're brothers. They're close to each other. So you got this hard guy who's really affiliated with me, you know, because he's.
I mean, they're really hiding a lot of.
Take on it and says, listen, you guys ain't gonna do
a lot of
threats there. Bluff. And I'm not saying that, hey, the Weeknd has something to do with the shooting, and that, you know, the Weeknd's gonna be tied to this in any way. I mean, who knows? It could be something related to Kendrick Lamar. It could just be something random happen at that moment, which I highly doubt, because Drake's lived at the location and everybody knows he's lived at the location basically since the house has been.
I'm not saying nothing, but if the Weeknd did do it, it's pretty convenient that it happened during the whole Kendrick situation, and it really would leave Drake wondering who did it.
Built, which was, I think, 2018.
You know, if you don't want to, if you don't want to necessarily make it obvious that it was you.
Now with all this beef stemming, it has to be.
What the freak is Golden Eagle? Drake, like, is that his beverage? He's just got it like point blank in the middle, showing it off to the world.
Shooter outside rapper Drake's mansion in Toronto that left a security guard seriously wounded. Authorities did not confirm whether Drake was at the home at the time of the shooting, but said his team is cooperating. The shooting happened around 2 a.m. Tuesday in an affluent Bridle Path neighborhood of Toronto. So same time that Cash XO's house got shut up at 2:30 at night. Same thing with Drake's at 2 at night. Toronto Police Inspector Paul said video of the shooting had been recovered and the guard who was wounded remains hospitalized. In recent weeks, Drake has been engaged in a rap feud with Kendrick Lamar.
Especially, look, if they have footage of the shooting, there needs to be a license plate. If there's no license plate,
investigators are aware of it.
It was like
early to discuss.
You understand? Like, if there's no license plate, it was premeditated. Because if you're gonna go and like I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna blast the place, you rob the getaway vehicle. It's a stolen vehicle. With a license plate that's gonna push the police to look elsewhere, to investigate elsewhere. But if you're just going to freaking, if somebody gets sent out, I feel like you hide your license plate.
This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived,
you know, even if the vehicle is also stolen, you remove it, you unscrew the plates. You get me?
Male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was
maybe I'm off base on that one.
In serious condition.
I never really got into gangbanging or anything like that. Unfortunately, I did hang out with quite a few, though.
Apparently, as a security guard at the residence, he was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation.
How do you have video footage of them, but you don't know what the vehicle looks like?
I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you.
Yeah, I saw that interview there.
To do with Kendrick Lamar. I do think it has something to do with the Weeknd. That's just my
Yeah,
theory.
You're right. I mean, I don't know if I could consider it doxing if he's such a public figure. Especially the fact that he has multiple homes. I mean, how do you dox someone with multiple homes? Right, but no, like, that's just like, if people were saying that for the album cover. The album cover was like, or the image was very obviously a play on the Geppetto claims, like with the way Oprah used to do, like it's like the Oprah website where you can look up if there's any Geppettos that live in your area and it'll show you on the map. Like, it's an obvious play on that. Like, it has nothing to do with it. I feel like personally.
Of it yet, this is all allegedly. I'm not, accusing anybody of anything, but. Once you start bringing in, street guys and they, you start claiming that they're not really shooters, they're making TikToks. Well, that tests some of these people. And, Drake's out here saying, you know what, you guys aren't going to get shit shot. Well, After that track came out, literally 4 or 5 days later, boom, something happens at your house where you got yelled.
It's really, like, because that is true, though. There could really be people in their camps, unknowing to the Weeknd, unknowing to Drake, unknowing to Kendrick, that just took problem with it, you know? And went and did this of their own accord.
Now the question is, what are the police going to find when it comes to the Weeknd's manager's house getting shut up in L.A. and Drake's house getting shut up? Is there a connection there?
Unbeknownst, yeah,
Are they going to
exactly.
find information about these people that, hey, they have ties? Because it's going to look very, very crazy if, you know, these guys hired people to.
Because sometimes you got that one friend, that one dude who just takes shit. He takes his too seriously.
We want a lot of
takes
these
it too far, you know.
Battles just to be rap battles and just people to make good diss tracks and then everybody to get along after. 90% of the time, that's not reality. Now, sometimes
we want some like y'all
tracks, laugh it
like,
off.
I'm sorry, but like if you dissing each other on the tracks and you bring it to IRL with like gats, I'm sorry, but that's like the equivalent of being like, I'm losing the battle, so I gotta do something physical. It's like those idiots that be trying to debate you on the internet. And then, because they can't win the debate, they're like, well, fight me MMA, let's go, boxing match, let's go, fight me MMA.
Move on.
Like, all these Jack Doherty,
But
like, freaking, like, babies
ugly,
and stuff.
Family members start to get mentioned.
These freaking...
Kids start to get mentioned. You know, other people, street people that don't want to be involved in this stuff unless they have to.
You hurt my feelings, I want to punch you.
Get clowned on
Fight.
making TikToks and...
Yeah, you hurt my freaking feelings, so I'm going to send somebody to your house to blast you.
My friend, so it's not really, he's not really a shooter, he's soft.
They can afford, you know, because freaking Jack Doherty them can't afford shooters.
That TikTok line that the Weeknd put out there, you know, initially got the shooting to happen to...
Yeah, let's be real. Like, I'm not accusing or nothing, but let's be real. If they had the money...
And then when Drake
I don't know, maybe
shit shot on his Family Matters track, well, then that happened at his house. So it's going to be interesting to see if Drake actually, you know, makes a song about this or talks about it, because there's supposed to be a track.
Well, I want to see Drake, The Weeknd, and Kendrick all box each other, bro. Let's freaking
Drake
go.
or Kendrick.
Let's make some. They would make so much money off of it, bro.
Security guards, man. Both of them, you know, even at the Weeknd's house, Weeknd's manager's house, and Drake's house, both got hit and both were in critical condition. So, you know, they got lives, they got a family to feed. So it's unfortunate. I know it's their job to protect, but hey, man, we don't want to see people getting killed and hurt over just diss tracks. So we'll keep you guys.
Yeah, and that's the worst part, bro. Imagine you a security guard. Imagine you got a family. Imagine like bro got like real hit, and child has to grow up because why? Because Drake and The Weeknd wanted to freaking like start a freaking diss track beef. Like, come on, nah, son, that's not worth nothing, bro. If I was that security guard, I would quit. BS aside, I'd go be security guard somewhere else.
Guys, post it and see if anything updates as time goes on.
That's it for today's video. If you guys want to
you feel
support
me?
this
Like
channel
I am
further,
here to protect your
you can
life.
do so at patreon.com.
Why are you making my job harder, bro?
For just $3 a month,
Why you gotta do that?
you can get my videos uncut and raw
Why you
the
gotta make
way
my job
I
more
intended
difficult?
them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community.
And that got nothing to do with like, oh, when they're going get stuff.
Things.
No,
it's very dope.
If you work as security guard in a bar,
month, I'd really appreciate.
Like I've personally known a bouncer, amazing dude, salt in the earth, freaking great guy. I'm not gonna like. He worked at a lot of the Sunset Boulevard clubs in California, in LA. You get a lot of rowdy people, a lot of wackos, insane dudes. One of the stories he told me was that he bounced this one dude, and by bounce I mean like the guy tried to get in, but he'd already had a bad behavior at that club, so they wouldn't let him in. After like the third or fourth time, on his way back home from work, walking down the street, bro was waiting for him at the parking lot. Came right at him and hit him with a 22 in the back. According to him, he hit him in the butt cheek, like straight like down. Like bro was either trying to like get him in the spine or just trying to hit him like I don't know what to show, but he said he got hit in the butt cheek. Thing was, it's a 22, not exactly the highest caliber round. Luckily, it didn't do a lot of damage. Bro is a thick boy, so maybe that had something to do with it. But luckily, it wasn't like. It wasn't the worst that it could have been. Let's just say that. But it wasn't like a through and through. Which to be honest, a through and through is typically what you want to happen. It's the safest choice. The last thing you want is a bullet to be bouncing around inside your flesh. But like that's enough to do it. You get me? If you want you can it's not an easy job being a security guard. No matter where you go. That kind of stuff can happen. That is why they pay you to do those services. Why are you making it harder on these dudes, bro? You know? These are your employees as much as they are their bodyguards.
Appreciate the support. Also follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse
Great videos,
Thank
my
you
dude.
so
I'm
much
glad for the
support,
update.
and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Go support them, my dudes. Go give them some views. Go give them some likes. Go drop some comments. Help the algorithm. I gotta go big time. Thank you so much, Primates, for watching this all the way to the end. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell for a rainbow explosion that will go ahead and notify you every single time we go live or put out new content. Thank you so much, goodbye, and thanks for swinging by.